Hey everyone, we're back with another vinyl that I have inherited. This is Dickey Lee patches. And as you can see, this is another of the Woco 4 for $5 discount albums that I've covered here. Unlike one or two of the other 4 for $5 albums, I really enjoyed listening to this album. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but this was enjoyable. I was reading on the back here, and on the back it says that this is supposed to be a country album, but Dickey Lee had spent some time prior to this doing rock. In the early 60s, he had a fistful of rock hits. Now, I'm not sure when this was recorded or released. I didn't see a date. I'm still not seeing a date here. No, sorry, there's no date on this, so I don't know. It looks like these are all covers. Possibly. I'd have to do some research on the band. But as there's a bunch of different names on here, some of them are definitely blues names that I recognize. I'm going to say that this is a collection of covers. As Dickey Lee doing a collection of covers. This does not feel like a country album to me. I can see why it would get put into country. To me, sounds like 50s rock. 50s Elvis. Even in the 70s, lounge Elvis. The first thing that actually, when I was hearing, when the song Patches was on, the first thing that came to mind, and this is not as taking shots at this or making fun of this or anything like that, Dewey Cox Walk Hard. Love that movie. The music in that movie is brilliant. So when I say that right away, that's what this reminded me of, is when Dewey's doing like his 50s era Dewey Cox. That's kind of what this reminds me of. But not early, like not the Johnny Cash 50s, but the 50s going into the 60s, like when he was kind of doing that Bob Dylan going into Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, when he kind of was going through that bridge phase. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Jerry Lee Lewis as well. I thought of that a lot. I'm just going to get into the tracks real quick here. The album opens up with the song Patches. Patches is actually an interesting song because I didn't expect Patches to be a song about a girl named Patches. And I think it's interesting because I think either the first or the second hamster that my kids had's name was Patches. So that was interesting. Next song really kind of throws me for a loop. Wolverton Mountain. And the reason it throws me for a loop is I believe Wolverton was the name of the street that my great-grandparents lived on in Toronto. And this is definitely most likely where this album came from, was my great-grandparents' house. It may not have been my great-grandparents' album, but it came out of their house. After that, we're into Miller's Cave, which I believe Miller is one of the names associated with my mom's side of the family. I could be wrong on that one. Ballad of a Teenage Queen. Okay, for a song called Ballad, it would surprise you because most people would expect it to be a little slower or to be a lot more kind of like storytelling like, and this one didn't feel like either, it had a good tempo to it and whatnot. A little bitty tear I thought was cute as anything. That finishes off side one. Then side two, you got Traveling Man, decent enough tune. Roses Are Red, decent enough tune. Tell Laura I Love Her, nah. Teen Angel, this one, I wasn't sure about this one. Well, it has the name Teen Angel, and there's lyrical themes that are similar to the other song I'm thinking of called Teen Angel. It's definitely doesn't feel like it's the same song. I'm definitely downplaying the music on here a lot because I only listened to the album once. Most of the arrangements in here are mid-tempoed. Like I said, kind of, I don't want to say rockabilly because rockabilly is wrong. You know, and when I say Jerry Lee Lewis, I don't want to give you the idea of Great Balls of Fire, which is kind of, wrong vibe as well. I wish I had a better way to describe this album. Because I don't like that they call it country. To me, this does not feel like a country album. And even though it was recorded in Nashville, there's a Nashville kind of vibe to it, but to me, it doesn't feel like a Nashville album, it's actually funny here. Reading the back, it actually says, his songs have been recorded by the likes, I think it's Jerry Clement they're specifically talking about, or Jack Clement, who was the writer, one of the writers on this. I don't know how this was all put together. Even reading the back here, it's kind of like, okay. But, seeing Jerry Lee Lewis has recorded songs from him, Don Williams, Anne Murray, Waylon Jennings, Glenn Campbell, Brenda Lee, and others. Folksy definitely would work. Like Wolverton Mountain, I believe, was definitely folksy. Miller's Cave kind of had a folksy vibe to it as well. Shanties. When I was talking about when I did the review for the lumberjack shanties, there was a lot of kind of that vibe in here too. It was really kind of interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up here because I can only add so much more to this. I would say check this out. You don't have to go out of your way to find a great CD copy or anything like that. I mean, if you can find it on vinyl for $5 at Woolco, by all means, pick it up for $5 at Woolco. I don't know if I'm gonna sell it or not in a yard sale. I might keep this one. I'll be honest, I might even look for this one on compact disc just to have it in the collection. It's something, the Sunday afternoon collection, that's where this would definitely go. All right, folks, those are my thoughts, my views, my opinions. Let me know what you think down below. Do I have this album wrong? Am I wrong for saying it's not a country album? I mean, modern country artists should give this album a listen to, really, because there's a lot of stuff in here to translate just as well. On your way down to the comment section, tell me what you think. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, please and thank you. There's a couple links worth checking out. Other than that, folks, peace, love, take care.